There's one line they could have put into this movie that would have made the movie just phenomenally better. And they didn't say it. They didn't say it. Hello everybody, I am Snaggletooth, and this is the Tomorrow War. Tomorrow War is a film directed by Chris McKay, and it stars our lovable idiot Chris Pratt. Think he got this job because they're both named Chris? First off, I started off by saying this movie is entirely too long. There's a part where the movie should have ended, and it just kept going. I was like, they put a sequel into one movie? They put it's like two movies put into one. It's like the first one and the sequel crammed together. I'm not even mad. I'm impressed. But the first half, I guess you would say that the first part of the movie where it should have ended was phenomenal. It was good. It was great. But then it just keeps going, and the second part just kind of ruins everything. It invalidates everything about this movie. And we'll get more into that when we get into the spoiler section. The acting was decent. You have Chris Pratt, you have J.K. Simmons, you have this little girl, and the little girl did phenomenal for a child actor. One of the best child actors I've seen in a long time. And the monsters of the movie actually looked phenomenal. I liked the design. The CGI was pretty good. Not great, but it was definitely something you won't argue about. The problem with this movie is not the CGI, not the acting. The problem with this movie is the plot is dumb. It's stupid.
It's a stupid idea! You're a stupid man! A stupid man!
Ow! You're hurting me! Stop it, Lois!
No! I'm so sick of your crap! Why do you always do these stupid things? And why do you always announce them to me before you do them? Are you trying to get a rise out of me? Are you happy now? Is this what you want?
Oh, no, it's not what I want! It's not what I want! I'm sorry!
Chris Pratt plays Dan Forrester. He was a former Army Green Beret, and he was a Army researcher. He gets out of the Army and he wants to do something special. He wants to be into the private sector, but he ends up teaching biology at a high school, and he's not happy with this. He has a loving family, a house, everything, but just this one thing in his life that he needs to set straight. So at a party, he's watching TV, and people from the future come down, travel back in past, and announce that they're fighting a war 30 years into the future. 30 years? 50 years? I can't remember. They're fighting a war sometime in the future, and they're losing badly. So they've traveled back into the past to recruit people to fight in the army in the future. Am I missing something here? Why not just travel back in past and nuke these bastards before they even show up? They explain that later in the movie, but it still didn't make sense to me. There's so much you could have done to stop this from ever happening. But whatever, for whatever reason, Chris Pratt is selected for the draft. They tried using soldiers, and all the soldiers got killed. So now they're drafting civilians, and Chris Pratt is one of the civilians that got picked. Why did he get picked? Because in the future, he's fucking dead. They have to pick people who dead so you don't run into yourself and cause a collapse of all time, or whatever they're calling it nowadays. I don't know. So we meet Chris Pratt's dad, not his real dad, but his character's dad, of course, which is played by J.K. Simmons. J.K. Simmons is this crazy conspiracy guy, but he knows how to get people off the draft. He knows how to remove this bracelet off their arm that is essentially the time travel device. And he can take it off if you want. Chris Pratt is like, nah, I don't want anything to do with this guy. So this group of ragtag civilians is sent into the future to Miami Beach. The problem is something goes wrong when they teleport, and they end up falling from like 50 feet up in the sky, and very few of them survive. Honestly, that was one of the best scenes to me. It's just people dropping from the sky, hitting the ground super hard. Yes, I would love to see more of that. It's raining men, hallelujah, it's raining men, oh baby. Chris Pratt survives the entry, and he and his team are assigned to go rescue some researchers. They go try to rescue researchers. They're all dead, but Chris Pratt grabs the research, all the potions and stuff that are there. That's when they're attacked by these monsters, these aliens. And again, the design of these aliens are fire. Not only can they take like a bunch of bullets, they're basically tanks, but they have these little pincers that they throw at you and stab you and kill you. That was amazing. The design of these things, impeccable. Mwah. Ugh. My compliments to the chef. As they're trying to escape, these things just come out in mass and start killing people. There's thousands of them, hundreds, thousands of them, and they're just killing people left and right. Chris Pratt and his team barely make it out. There's like 4 or 5 people left alive. What's left of the military bombs Miami Beach, and Chris Pratt makes it out, but he's knocked out in the process. When he wakes up, he's in the Dominican Republic, and he meets this colonel, the colonel who gave him his assignment. Guess who the colonel is? I give you 5 guesses. Nope, wrong. It's his daughter. That's who it was. It's his daughter from the future. She's all grown up now. And she's leading the research team that is trying to make the poison that can kill all these things. But they need something. They need the queen. So they go and they capture the queen. She's as big, or she's bigger than all of them. She's meaner than them. She's tougher than all of them. She's taking these soldiers and tossing them around the room and biting them in half and killing them with her stinger. She's a tough bitch. She's the Karen of all Karen. So Chris Pratt's character and the daughter, Miri, they're working together and they're trying to create this poison that can kill all these aliens. Of course, this is where they, have their little bonding session. He gets to see his daughter and hug her one last time. She tells him, this is how you die. This is how you live the rest of your life. Yada, 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 yada. That part is not important. What is important is that the white spikes, these alien things, actually go and find out where the queen is and go en masse, thousands of them, and attack this last base, the last base of human settlement. And they kill everybody. They wipe out everybody on this base. And Chris Pratt and his daughter are just trying to survive long enough to get sent back to the past with this toxin so they can mass produce it and kill all these things. So Chris Pratt makes it back in time, but his daughter doesn't. She dies fighting the white spikes. But they do get the toxin that can destroy all the white spikes. So Chris Pratt's holding the toxin. He's like, here, take this, mass produce it, send it back to the future so we can kill all those things. And they're like, sorry, when the base was attacked, our only way of traveling to the future was destroyed. We have no way of going back. We have no way of killing these things. We have no way of saving your daughter. So humanity freaks out. They know that far off into the future, we lose this war and we're wiped out. So everybody starts panicking, mass destruction everywhere. Cats and dogs living together, the whole 9 yards. And this is what I was talking about, where the movie keeps going. It just keeps going and it just keeps going. Like, Chris Pratt already made it back. He has the toxin in his hand. They could have ended the movie right there. Wipe these things out as soon as they appear, right? Like, why is everybody freaking out for? We have the toxin. Just mass produce this motherfucker on a fucking phenomenal scale for the next 30 years. You're good. You're done. The movie ends right there. So Chris Pratt is like, hey, we have this poison. Why don't we use this poison and try to figure out where they are right now, where they land, where these aliens come from, and wipe out them before we even get to this point in time. Which is like, yeah, that's what you should have been doing from the first place. What were you guys thinking? You have time travel.
It's a stupid idea! You're a stupid man! A stupid man!
Chris Pratt is like, hey, I don't want this future. My daughter died in the future. I want to make sure that we kill these things before they come to Earth. So they start doing research. They start figuring out where these things came from, what year they landed in, what area they landed in. And they find out that these aliens have been here the whole time. They've just been chilling. Literally. They've been chilling under ice in Russia. You see what I did there? Yeah. So in the future, when the ice caps actually melt because of global warming, these aliens break free, dig themselves up out the ice, and kill everyone. Way to go, liberals. Way to shove your global warming agenda into my sci-fi movie. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. That was a joke. Global warming is a serious threat to the future of mankind, and we need to do more to stop it. I don't want aliens. So once they figure out where the aliens are, they need to fly there to get there. And guess who happens to have a plane? Yes, that's right, Chris Pratt's daddy. So Chris Pratt goes to his dad. He's like, hey, I know we didn't get along, but I need your help. I need to legally fly into Russia to fight aliens. And J.K. Simmons is like, yeah, okay, let's go. Let's do it, Dad. Father-son bonding trip. Yes! I wish my dad would fly me into Russia. So they find the ship, they go down into the ship, they figure out that these things weren't actually alien invaders. They were probably cargo, food, or like some kind of weapon to be used in a different war. And they actually just crash landed on Earth by accident millions of years ago. That's right, humanity. You're not the center of the universe. They're not even trying to take over Earth. This was all just a big misunderstanding. So Chris Pratt and his team are like, fuck it, let's kill these things. They all inject these things with the toxin and kill all of them except for a couple that break free. And so there's a fight that breaks out. They blow up the ship and the queen breaks free. So now it's father-son bonding time as J.K. Simmons and Chris Pratt team up together to kill this thing. Chris Pratt comes up, he jumps up, he stabs this thing with the toxin and kicks it off a roof and tells it to die. And J.K. Simmons is like, did you tell it to die? You should have told it that earlier. J.K. Simmons' character was the best. He was actually really funny. So that's it. This thing is dead. Humanity is saved. America announces on TV that they saved the world again. Chris Pratt takes his daddy back to meet the family because they were estranged. He hadn't met the daughter yet, Muri, the daughter who saved the world. All in all, this is an okay movie. The action scenes were great. The acting was decent. The CGI was decent. The only problem with this movie is the plot. The plot is it's dumb. It's dumb. If you can turn your brain off for a moment, then you'll like this movie. And that's the one line that they should have had in this movie to actually like fix everything. Like, you know how time travel movies, they tell you don't think too hard? Like in Looper, Bruce Willis says, like, you know, he says,
I don't want to talk about time travel shit. Because if we start talking about it, then we're going to be here all day talking about it, making diagrams with straws. It doesn't matter.
And then even in Austin Powers is like, he says something along the lines of,
I suggest you don't worry about this sort of thing and just enjoy yourself. That goes for you all, too. Yes.
So yeah, that one line of don't think about this too hard would have like made this movie entirely better. Because if you can turn your brain off, this movie's great. But if you're sitting there thinking about the plot and how stupid it is that they have this powerful time travel device and they use it to do a draft on civilians who are untrained and they're going to shoot each other in the face and they can't run and they're all over 40, it just doesn't make any sense.
It's a stupid idea!
If you're asking me to rate this movie, I would rate it maybe a 5 out of 10, maybe a 6. Jeremy Johns would say this is a movie you won't remember in T-10 seconds or something like that. but that's the end of the review. What did you guys think of the Tomorrow War? Did you see it? Did you like it? What did you guys think of Chris Pratt's character? What did you think about the daughter? What did you guys think about the aliens? I thought the aliens were really cool. Comment in the section below. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Please like, please subscribe, and smash that bell icon in the corner there below. This is your boy Snaggletooth. I'm out.